Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bedford High Gymnasium on this Friday evening. We're getting ready to bring you Division I action between the Bedford Bulldogs and the Blackbirds of Keene. I'm Harry Kozlowski here with Corey Munstetiger. Corey, there was an article that just came out in nhsportspage.com written by Dave Haley where he picked his final four teams in the Division I tournament. Bedford was one of them, along with Pinkerton Academy, Nashua North, and Bishop Girton.
Not surprising to see those four at the top of his list. Those four have been dominant all season. Of course, Pinkerton still with that undefeated record. Bedford, as we'll see tonight, sporting that 9-1 record, has been an offensive juggernaut. Led, of course, by Luke Soden, who's just been stalwart the last three games. I believe he's averaging over 30 points a game in the last three games, as he has just had an absolute breakout point in his season.
And he is the leading scorer by average in Division I right now. And by the way, Dave also makes his midseason Player of the Year pick, and it is, guess who, Luke Soden.
It's fantastic to see. Again, he brings energy every night. He brings that scoring touch, and it's not just from around the rim. He's got the mid-range jumper, and he's got the long distance going too. So when you see a scorer scoring at all three levels there, it's really hard to stop him.
Teams are being announced right now. The starters for Keene, the Blackbirds, Fitch Hennessy, number 3. Number 10, Captain Ben Hertzler. Also Captain Sam Timmer, number 20. Fellow Captain Lucas Millay, he's number 23. And Javon Messiah rounds out the 5 with number 42.
For the Bulldogs, we'll see Brady O'Connell, Caden Brown, Luke Soden, as we mentioned, Sean Toscano, and Aiden O'Connell, rounding out the starting 5. Bulldogs will be in their home whites, red trim, red numbers, black lettering. The Blackbirds come in with their away orange uniforms, white lettering, black trim, black numbers. 8 minutes are on the board. Teams are in their huddles, breaking out, getting ready for tip-off. Two-man officiating crew this evening.
Yeah, I kind of got used to having 3 officials out there like we did on for the girls' game.
Yeah, of course, that was the evening where school was canceled and most games across the state were also canceled. We had the benefit of having the 3-man crew. Actually, I'm not sure if it was a benefit or not. It probably was irrelevant that night. Student section is slowly filling in. Looks like they're having their gray out tonight. All gray sweatpants and sweatshirts. Looking to see some highlights here tonight from the Bulldogs. Aiden O'Connell will jump.
Gets Millay.
Ball taken down by the Bulldogs. Aiden O'Connell to Toscano, kicks it over to Brady O'Connell. Now back to Luke Soden from long range, in and out. Defensive rebound by the Blackbirds. They're down on the offensive end now. Timmer down in the corner, three-pointer, no good. Messiah can't hit it, but offensive board. Rebound and put back in, that's Millay getting the deuce down low. Into transition, Toscano can't finish. And back the other way. Hennessy will calm things down. Hertzler along the outside. Now Millay near side to Timmer. Timmer drives lefty. Back up top. Good help defense there by the Bulldogs. Now back around, Hennessy drives lefty. Now kicks to the corner, that's Hertzler. Baseline jumper's good. 4-0 Keene as they get out to a quick start. Applying a little bit of pressure here, and it causes a turnover as Brady O'Connell's pass sails out of bounds. Intended for Caden Brown.
This Keene team is only 2-7 in record, but they beat some quality opponents. They beat Bishop Girton as well as Londonderry. Those are their 2 wins.
Yeah, again, a bit of a surprising win over Bishop Girton. That was earlier in the season. Tough to travel all the way out to Keene. Of course, that could be an issue. Three-pointer now here is too strong, rebounded by Aiden O'Connell. Brought down the middle, goes to his left, gets the roll. 4-2 now. Blackbirds ahead by 2, early going, first quarter. Corner, Hertzler's three is blocked by Brady O'Connell. He tries to gather the rebound, and it goes off of his fingertips across the end line, Bedford basketball. 6:08 to go here in the first quarter. Bulldogs trail by 2, early going. 4-2 is your score. Full court pressure here by the Blackbirds. Bulldogs beat that. Luke Soden on the way to the basket, takes a hit, he'll go to the line. So Soden to the line for 2. Buries the first. He had, I believe, 39 the other night. Missed a free throw. Could have been at 40.
Coach Moreno saying that Luke Soden, he's a real gym rat, really works on his game as a shooter.
Well, we've been seeing it, like we said at the top of the broadcast, we've been seeing it over the last several games here. Keene turns it over on the inbound pass as Hennessy steps over the end line as he was inbounding.
Those pink shoes calling the attention of the official.
I guess. Aiden O'Connell now. We'll go one-on-one. Free throw line, gets down to the low block, spins back to his strong left hand, leaves it short though. Ball tipped out of bounds here by the Bulldogs, so the Blackbirds will inbound again. 4-4 is your score. Keene breaks the full court pressure over the midline. Now three-pointer here by Messiah, way too strong. Rebounded by Caden Brown. Into the middle to O'Connell. Down low to Soden. Gets fouled and gets the bucket. That's that transition bucket, making it easy for Luke Soden as he got out quickly, filled the lane and caught the pass from Brady O'Connell. Nice little no-looker. Soden went strong to the hoop, got whacked, hoop and harm.
Yeah, Ben Hertzler picking up his foul, his first. 2 team fouls on the Blackbirds, and Soden finishes the three-pointer.
Near side, Isaac Nelson, who's checked into the game. Far side now, three-pointer is good. Lucas Malay from long range. Aiden O'Connell back to Brady O'Connell, splits the double team.
A little bit of press put on by the Blackbirds here.
Sure was. Toscano was in the right place at the right time, but now picks up a moving screen. That is Sean Toscano picking that foul up. First on the team for Bedford. 2 team fouls for Keene as they inbound and look to break the press. Bulldogs come up with a turnover. Luke Soden dishes to Brady O'Connell. Gets hit in the air, no call. Soden lays it off the glass, and Soden quickly has 7 points. 7 of the Bedford 9 by number 11. Steal here almost made by Caden Brown as he stepped in the passing lane. Swing pass from Hennessy back to Nelson, and Caden Brown anticipated it nicely, unfortunately deflected it out of bounds. Bulldogs lead 9-7, and Keene will take a timeout and reset as Coach Boulay wasn't quite comfortable with how the Blackbirds were handling that full court press.
BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are now easier than ever to access at your fingertips. Bedford Community Television is available for a free download on Apple iOS as well as on Android. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today and enjoy us on your phone or any portable device.
4:38 to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs lead by 2, 9-7. Hennessy will inbound for Keene. He kicks it cross court to Hertzler. Back to Isaac now. Full court pressure again by the Bulldogs. Trying to get that 10-second call. Keene with a long cross court pass. They find Malay far side. Now Caden Brown picks the pocket of Hennessy. Gets in on the layup and makes good. Fantastic play by Caden Brown. He's got his hand in on a crossover dribble and poked it going his way. Finished that lay-in on the break. Timmer now passes to Malay. Straight away to Hennessy. Now far side back to Timmer. Timmer's pass bounces off the official. The Keene Blackbirds get the benefit of that bounce. Nelson along the baseline steps out of bounds. Turnover, Keene. Bedford gets the ball back.
That Bulldog defense really giving Keene very little room to operate.
Good pressure, good body position, leading Isaac Nelson to step out over that end line. Brady O'Connell challenges the middle, gets a nice finger roll to go right off the glass. Right-handed drive, laid it in softly off the window. This time Hertzler can't get it to go, but Keene comes up with an offensive board. Good use of the body by Hennessy to deflect any pressure. Now Kazajansky goes back down on the fast break, can't get it to go. The Blackbirds come away with it. Timmer now will slow things down for Keene. Far side, Hertzler looks for a pick, drives in the lane, but he's fouled by Caden Brown on his way in. Little grab of the upper arm there. Second team foul for Bedford. .259 to go in the first quarter. 13-9 is your score. The Bulldogs lead by 4 as the Blackbirds will inbound under their offensive basket. Little lob inside. Malay can't get the little jumper to go. Goes to the other side for the reverse. Can't get it to go. And Brady O'Connell comes away with it, but dribbles out of bounds.
Ball out of bounds. Coach Moreno arguing that Isaac Nelson was the one who pushed the ball out of bounds. I think he has a point there, but the official saying it was the Bedford player that lost it.
Inbound play now by Malay. He finds Nelson along the top. Hertzler now far side. Back to Malay up top. Straight away. Little dribble handoff to Hertzler again. Nelson fakes the three-pointer, drives, can't get that dish to Timmer. It glances off of his fingertips and will go Bedford's way. Dylan Lafferty will check into the game. He steps in for Brady O'Connell. Nico Bedoyan has also checked in, getting time for Caden Brown. Bedoyan will bring it up the court now. Lefty drive now, gets down the lane, finds Lafferty across the other side. His shot's blocked, gets his own rebound, and he's fouled going back up with the putback attempt. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, but it was Javon Messiah picking up that foul.
I believe they called it on Malay, his first. 23 is up on the scoreboard.
You're correct.
A little strong for Lafferty, but the bank is open tonight. Open late as he gets it off the glass to go. A little unusual for a free throw. All counts the same in the statistics as 1 point. His second is true and not quite as strong. 2 points now for Lafferty, and the Bulldogs lead 15-9. Cross-court pass here is wayward as Messiah's look to Nelson sails over his head, and the Bulldogs come up with another turnover.
Yeah, that backcourt pressure really paying dividends there for the Bulldogs, generating turnovers.
Coach Boulay took a timeout to discuss how they would approach that full court pressure, and the Bulldogs have gotten a few turnovers based on that. Kazajansky now Up top to Soden. Soden spins back right. Good defense there by Timmer. Three-pointer by Lafferty, no good. Little carry here as Messiah came down with the rebound, tried to get out into transition quickly, but the sophomore took too many steps with the ball in his hand.
This Keene team actually has quite a bit of size. A couple of big players on that team, 23, Malay, as well as Messiah.
And that's noticeably absent from the Bulldog squad. I don't think they have anybody over 6'3", maybe 6'4". No real big player as they're kind of playing positionless basketball. Soden gets a step, Euro step in the lane.
Call the offensive.
And is going to get called for the offensive foul. Tough call there. Defensive player did have position. Looked like he was trying to avoid that slide there, but Soden will pick up that foul.
Looks like Sam Timmer is going to pay a visit to the athletic trainer. I think his ankle might be bothering him.
And that might have been Timmer that took that charge by Soden, possibly a Charlie horse, as Soden brought his knee through his hip area.
You're right.
We have a travel this time by Isaac Nelson as the full court pressure pays off again for the Bulldogs. Coach Moreno's going to keep this on as long as possible until he gets a nice wide margin. Margin is 6 right now, 1:24 to go in the first quarter. 15-6, the Bulldogs lead. Lafferty at the elbow, looks down low. Soden goes to his left, takes the hit, and finishes. Beautiful body control and ability to finish around the rim by Soden. He has 9, looking for 10.
Yeah, Soden finding the seams under the basket, getting the pass and going up and drawing the foul.
And he was able to seal his defender too. Again, good body position, wide base, got the defender on his back and presented a great target. Stuck his big mitt out there and said, hey, give me the ball, man. Free throw is good. Soden has 10.
And the Bulldogs are perfect from the charity stripe. There's a steal.
Comes up with another one and gets another bucket. Soden quickly with 12 here in the first quarter. He's outscored the entire Keene squad. Keene breaks the press for now. Hertzler back up top to Hennessy. Hands it off to Nelson as the Blackbirds try to get into their half-court offense. Hennessy near side now to Nelson. Jab step fake. Now Zach Whitney, who's checked into the game, cuts down the middle. Hennessy pivots away, gets double teamed and blocked by Lafferty. Toscano drives hard, gets one up off the glass and in. Sean Toscano's in the books. Senior captain with his first bucket. Bedoyan steps on the sideline, unfortunately. Got a hand in, deflected the ball away, but his hustle led his foot to step on that sideline. Blackbirds ball. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 22-9 as the Bulldogs have jumped out to a 13-point lead. Hertzler now gets picked. Bedoyan up to Soden. Quick one's in.
Another steal.
Another steal. Now Toscano's going to finish. And this full court pressure is causing all kinds of problems for the Blackbirds as the Bulldogs have gone on a quick run. At least 10 points in the last, I don't know, maybe minute of time.
Yeah, they're actually on a 13-0 run when the game was 13-9. It was relatively close through most of the first period, but again, this pressure and the turnovers that they're generating, just blowing this game wide open early in the first quarter.
Coach Boulay is not pleased with his team over here. We can hear the, I guess, loud coaching moments at this point in time. 4.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Luke Soden, again, bursting out with 14 first quarter points.
He's having a great night. The rest of the Bedford scores, since we're close to the end of the first period, might as well run through them here. Brady O'Connell with 2, Caden Brown with 2, as we mentioned, 14 for for Luke Soden, Dylan F., Lafferty 2 from the charity stripe, Sean Toscano with 4, Aiden O'Connell contributing 2.
On the Blackbird side, Lucas Millay has 5, and then Hertzler and Fitch have each chipped in a bucket for their 9 points. The Blackbirds will inbound again under their own basket. Noah Pellerin has checked in, as has Jack Riondo. Riondo up the center there, can't get it to Evan Spindler as Coach Boulay put in a few substitutes. We are joined here this evening by senior Bedford High School student Jack Watson. Jack, wanted to bring you into the broadcast. Any observations from this first quarter of play?
Can you guys hear me? Yep.
Yes, we can.
Alrighty, so I have some observations. A lot of pressure early from both teams, but Bedford's getting the better of Keene. They've caused a ton of havoc and a ton of turnovers, especially down low, and they've been able to capitalize on that with quick, easy buckets. Bedford's free throw shooting's also been great too. They've gone perfect so far from the line. So, like they said, they've been able to capitalize. And at the end, on that 13-0 run, they went on a huge run because of that press. Keene's been doing the same thing, but it hasn't been as effective as Bedford's, that's for sure. And yeah, Bedford's just continuing to do that press and that pressure like they've done the whole season.
Yeah, again, I can imagine Coach Moreno's going to keep that pressure on throughout the majority of the first half as he breaks out the 17-point lead after 1. Any other observations as you look to go into the second quarter here?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, I expect both teams to still have pressure. Luke Soden's been doing an amazing job too, using his body, going to the rack, getting some easy and ones and some free layup or free throws. So I can see him continuing to do that. I also see a lot of other players contributing as well on the defensive end as they're causing lots of havoc.
All right, senior Bedford High School student Jack Watson, appreciate your observations. We're back here, second quarter action. The Bulldogs have jumped into a 2-3 defense. Long shot here from Noah Pellerin is good. Buries the 3 from straight away. Top of the key, and puts 12 points on the board now for the Blackbirds. Aiden O'Connell drives hard, gets into the lane. His lefty jumper won't go. Just inside the free throw line, pulled away by Keene. 26-12, Bedford lead is 14. Drive hard, shot is no good. That was Riondo. And now Bedford back out on the break. Aiden O'Connell can't get his runner in the lane to go. Back on the break, and now settling into half-court offense are the Blackbirds. Messiah near side to Pellerin. Now Spindler. His pass across the formation is picked off, and Aiden O'Connell's going to flush it. And the foul. Running back was Spindler, and he could do nothing to prevent that highlight rim-shaking dunk by Aiden O'Connell.
That was a beautifully timed steal there by O'Connell. He was just lying in the grass waiting to jump. Timed it perfectly, took off full speed, and put it down with authority and drew the foul.
Anticipated the pass beautifully, got his right hand in, and was off to the races. A little off on the free throw as O'Connell's adrenaline was probably still pumping from that one, right in front of the student section. And we have our first highlight reel of the moment. Now we have Brady O'Connell coming away with a steal. Little spin move in the lane, gets it to go, and a foul on O'Connell now too. So Brady O'Connell will get the chance for the N1. Javon Messiah is picking up the foul on that one. 16 fouls for the Blackbirds now.
That's the second foul. And, you know, Messiah got the worst of that deal.
Sure did.
He wound up on the floor. He's probably a little surprised that he was called for a foul on that play.
Didn't seem like he gave Brady O'Connell any chance to land. So taking out the shooter's feet. And again, gets called for the foul. O'Connell misses the free throw. But the lead has blossomed to 18, 30-12. And now Soden comes away with a steal. And he's going to rock the rim. Can't get it to go down, though.
Oh, if you're going to...
But he does.
Get second chance.
Offensive rebound finds his hands. and now he has 16.
Yeah, if you're going to dunk, you got to complete the process. It's a little embarrassing.
Sure do. The ball kind of came out of his hand there. He went up right-handed, couldn't quite get it to go down. Was bailed out by his teammates, though, as they got the offensive board and passed it back to him for the finish. 32-12 is your score. Bulldogs ahead by 20 here early in the second quarter.
There's the alley-oop.
And now an alley-oop to Aiden O'Connell. Beautiful. Brady O'Connell's fantastic pass from the top right side to Aiden O'Connell, streaking down that left lane. And that's a second one for the highlight reel. Smiles all around and chest bumps for Aiden O'Connell as he comes to the sideline. Outstanding pass by Brady O'Connell as well. Cousin to cousin gets another one in the highlight books.
Here's a quick programming note. We've got lots of action this weekend. Hockey for boys and girls. Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. we're going to be live at Sullivan Arena with the call of the Bulldogs against the Concord Crimson Tide. Very good team they'll be facing at Sullivan. That's an 11 o'clock broadcast. Hope you join us for that. Then on Sunday at 3:45 in the afternoon, it's going to be the brand new Salem Blue Devils, who are fielding a girls team for the first year. They'll be meeting the Bedford girls at Sullivan as well on Sunday, 3:45 p.m. start.
Good for the Salem girls, too, for fielding a team this year. They've got to win this year, too, right? They're not just a cupcake team. I believe they actually have a win
I will
in their
verify
first
that for
season.
you.
So congratulations to them. Always great to see a new program come into the division and actually see some results.
And the Bulldog ladies went on a bit of a winning streak of their own. Salem actually doing quite well. They've got a 3-2 record.
Good for them.
So
Good for them.
they're quite a competitive team. Bedford, meanwhile, at 4-5.
Keene here, full court pressure, and they'll turn it over. Coach Boulay making frequent substitutions now. 22-point lead for the Bulldogs. And now Coach Moreno wants to take a timeout. Likely to get some of his substitutes here in the first half. 5:41 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs lead 34-12 over the visiting Blackbirds.
You can become a high school sports official. It's easy. Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating such qualities as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials help protect the integrity of the games we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have an opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. To learn more about becoming a high school sports official, visit the website nhiaa.org. You can also pick up a little bit of extra money doing that.
A little extra cash. Of course, those officials are needed across all sports throughout New Hampshire athletics. So if you have either knowledge of a sport or an interest, please reach out. Again, 5:41 to go here in the first half. Teams are breaking their huddles. They take to the floor again. For the Bulldogs, it's Brady O'Connell, Caden Brown, Sean Toscano, Luke Soden, and Aiden O'Connell, the starting five. For the Blackbirds, we have, I believe it's their starting five as well. Hennessy, Hertzler, Timmer is out. He's nursing that leg injury, so not their starting five, but we do have Messiah and Malay. Three-pointer here by Toscano is off. On the rebound and the putback, guess who? Luke Soden. 18 now for Soden. Full court pressure again for the Bulldogs. Blackbirds break the pressure. Nelson spins back to the lane, gets the righty floater to go. Nice little move in the lane by Isaac Nelson.
Yeah, I was going to say he did a good job getting open and then going into the paint and putting that floater on.
Brady O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell now will take a three and make a three. 9 points for Aiden O'Connell. Bulldogs again in full court pressure, and they cause another turnover. We're going to see Thomas Braga come into the game. He steps on the court for Sean Toscano. 39-14 Bulldogs ahead by 25. Brady O'Connell now to the top of the key. To Aiden O'Connell, gets the pick. Little jumper in the lane, won't go. Short and rolled off the rim to the left side. Nelson now for the Blackbirds. Gives it to Messiah. One-hand push pass back to Nelson, top of the key. Far side now to Whitney. Zach Whitney spins away. Caden Brown with the defense. Almost poked away there by Braga. Can't get it to get loose. And Messiah passes near side to Hertzler. Fakes the three, but kicks it far side. Entry pass here is knocked away by O'Connell. Soden again out in transition and another bucket. He's got 20. Nelson just inside the three-point line. It won't go. Brady O'Connell with the defensive board. Looks for Aiden O'Connell along the near side three-point line, and his pass is deflected out of bounds.
Yeah, Hertzler anticipating that pass, got his hand in the way, knocked the ball out of bounds. Ball stay with Bedford here. 3:45 to go at the half.
Austin Kazajanski checks back in. Caden Brown takes a seat. Now Aiden O'Connell gets to the rim, can't get it to go. Soden pulls it down and gets a fantastic putback here. He's got 22.
Yeah, that was a battle of wills between him and Malay as to who wanted the ball more.
That was just a strong rebound and strong putback by Soden. Keene comes away with the offensive board here by Riondo. Nelson now, near side Malay. Now Whitney, top of the key. Entry pass in here. Malay double teamed, steps through the double, into the lane, puts it up right, he can't get it to go, and Soden is fouled on the defensive rebound as Malay will pick another one up. Frustration foul there by Malay as he missed the little bunny and picks up the foul.
Yeah, I've been watching Malay play. He's actually a very physical player. He's not afraid to use his body to make room for himself, and he just kind of drives under the basket. And like you said, he didn't make that shot, but he's not afraid to push his way into a spot that he wants to take a shot from.
Big kid too, senior captain. Looks to be about 6'4", maybe 6'5". Soden on that rebound earns a trip to the stripe as he was fouled, and the Bulldogs are in the bonus. So makes good on the front end.
And Soden is 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
Earns the second
Make that 6
and makes the second. 24 now for Soden. He'll take a seat on the bench as Ethan Caldwell checks in for Luke. 45-14 is your score. 2:53 remains in the first half. The Bulldogs ahead big. Isaac Nelson now. Back up top to Dylan Maslowski, who's checked in. Riondo back to Maslowski. Shot here up top. Malay drains a three. His second of the evening. He has 8 points. Bedoyan ahead. Aiden O'Connell takes the hit on the way to the basket, and he'll go to the line. That's Malay again. I believe that's his third.
Indeed it is. Malay showing some frustration there as to why he got whistled for the call. Didn't look like that much contact, but the officials thought it was worth a whistle.
Aiden O'Connell back to the line. Missed his first on the end one attempt after that rim rattling dunk. Makes the front end. He has 10 now. Connor Jackson checks in as Malay will take a seat with those 3 fouls. Aiden O'Connell now, second. Up at the rim, just rolls off, but Kazajanski is there for the putback, and Kazajanski's in the scorebook with his first bucket. 48-17. Bulldogs ahead by 31. over the visiting Keene Blackbirds. Corner 3, no good. Riondo just a touch strong. Bedoyan now over the timeline. We'll set things up for the Bulldog half-court offense. Kazajansky draws contact. His finger roll won't go. Wow, spinning away from pressure here is Connor Jackson. Nice way to slow his body down, dribble back into the lane, and both Bedford defenders flew by. 2 points now for Connor Jackson. Caldwell now looks for Kazajansky low. Little dish in the lane, cutting Thomas Braga, and he has 2. Nice little play and dish to Braga as he came right down the lane. Kazajansky with a little backhand pass to him. And Bedoyan now with a defensive play, blocks Nelson out of bounds.
Yeah, Bedoyan got some elevation there on Nelson.
Good defense by the sophomore guard. It looked like Nelson might have gotten a shot up off the glass, but Bedoyan was there. Got a hand on it to tip it away. Caldwell jumps out, provides some help defense. Riondo, now far side Nelson. Underneath, bounce pass. That was Maslowski, now he's in the corner. Far side cross-court pass to Riondo, kicks to Nelson. Nelson will pull from 3 and hit it. Nelson has 5 now. 50-22 is your score, just under a minute to go here in the first half. Bedoyan, crossover dribble, back to Caldwell. Inside, Lafferty, he gets pushed down low. Lucky for him, as it looked like he was dragging that pivot foot. Might have got called for a travel, but Dylan Maslowski is going to get called for the foul.
Stay with us at halftime. We're going to play an interview that we did this afternoon with Coach Frank Moreno, talking about the season and some of his terrific players. We'll get to hear it directly from the coach at halftime here. Make sure you stay tuned.
After Coach's interview, we'll take a break and then join you for second half action. Lafferty at the line for a 1-and-1, makes good on the front end. He has 3 points now, all coming from the line, and earns the second. Second is good as well. 4 for 4 and 4 points for Dylan Lafferty. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Bedford ahead by 30, 52-22. They get another steal here. Lafferty comes up with a loose ball. Out on the break. Pulls up, he'll pull things down. Nico Bedoyan for 3. His foot was on the line though, so for 2. Kazajansky comes away with the loose ball, can't get it to go. High off the glass. And his finger roll just a touch too strong. Hit the backboard and hit the far side rim. Isaac Nelson now. Ooh, wow. Nice little up and under.
Beautiful.
Some acrobatics in the air by Isaac Nelson. Bulldogs won't get a shot off before the end of the half, but they will take a 28-point lead into halftime, 52-24. Again, we're joined by Jack Watson, senior Bedford High School student. Jack, any observations from the second quarter?
Yeah, so I mean, Bedford once again continuing to do that press in the beginning. Caused a lot of sloppy turnovers for Keene. And can we talk about Aiden O'Connell for a second? Those 2 beginning of the quarter dunks were crazy. One the lob and the other one down the lane for the and one. And Luke Stoughton continuing to, dominate as he has this past couple of games, using his body, getting to the rack. Keene starting to play a little bit sloppy, even when Bedford dropped back midway towards the midway through the quarter. They weren't getting many good shots off, and Bedford was still playing very solid defense on that end as well. And yeah, I mean, they take that 28-point lead at halftime. They've been playing very well and making Keene play very sloppy.
Absolutely right. Great defense, only giving up 24 points at halftime. And again, of course, the fireworks by Aiden O'Connell. 2 dunks, 2 hammers. He brought the tools tonight, and he's using them.
And we're back in Bedford for second half action here. Your score, Bedford 52, Keene 24. And with your play-by-play, here's Mr. Corey Munstertiger. Corey, take it away.
Thank you, Harry. Appreciate that. A couple seconds to go before we start action here. Just wanted to throw it back to Jack Watson, senior Bedford High School student who's joining us on the broadcast tonight here. Jack, if you're Coach Moreno, what are you thinking here as you head into the second half?
Well, I think, as we see right now, I think he's keeping in the starters as well as Keene. I think they're going to probably try to, stay back a little bit more in the start. Maybe if Keene starts getting good looks and buckets, then I think going back to that full court pressure will definitely work. That pressure is Keene's kryptonite right now. But I think starting off the half a little bit slower, seeing what can happen on the defensive end at the half court. If they keep continuing to play a good half court defense, then I think they'll just stay in it. I also see him subbing in some bench players, maybe giving them some minutes to see what they can do as well on defense. So yeah, I think if you're in Bedford, you're in a good spot right now, all sides of the court.
Nice little finish here in the lane by Fitch Hennessy. He has 4 now. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate that. And I totally agree. They're going to keep the starters here for a little bit. Likely try to get some substitutions in a little bit later if this 30-point lead holds. And explore what they can do on defense. 3-pointer here by O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell, no good. Toscano tracks down the rebound. The Bulldogs will get another look at it. O'Connell drives hard, lefty, controls his body in the air and gets a deuce. 12 now for Aiden O'Connell. 54-26. The Bulldogs were empty in their first possession. Turnover in the lane as Soden saw Aiden O'Connell diving down the lane but couldn't quite connect with him. Ball glances out of bounds here by the Bulldogs, so the Blackbirds will get another shot at it.
Yeah, ball went into the student section there. Got to stay on your toes.
Sure do. Hertzler will inbound for the Blackbirds. In quickly to Hennessy. They look for the post up by Messiah. Have Hertzler coming around the screen though. Good defense here by Caden Brown. Messiah now. Far side Malay, 3 first half fouls. He'll have to be cautious on the defensive end. Isaac Nelson now, fiddles and diddles.
Showed some excellent ball skills.
Sure is. Wraparound pass, finds his teammate in the corner for 3, no good, was Hertzler. Aiden O'Connell up quick. Gets it to Sean Toscano, who dishes to Luke Soden. Luke Soden now has 26 as he finishes on the break. Lead back to 30, 56-26. Steal here by Caden Brown. Brady O'Connell looks to Aiden O'Connell. They can't quite make the connection on another alley-oop, but Aiden O'Connell does finish on the break. He has 14. Aiden had 10 at halftime. 2 early buckets here in the second half. I think we're going to have a loose ball foul on the far side. Javon Messiah is going to pick one up as he shoved Sean Toscano out of the way. That'll be Messiah's second foul, first on the team. 58-26 is your score, 32-point margin.
Dylan Lafferty just checked in for Sean Toscano for the Bulldogs.
Toscano just with that Larry Bird-like assist to the cutting Luke Soden. Lafferty now for 3, well short. Draws air. Now Caden Brown comes away with the rebound, the strip from Hertzler. Didn't quite protect it enough, and Caden Brown gets a deuce. Hertzler wanted to pull the trigger, but didn't. Hennessy now up top. And Brady O'Connell comes away with a steal. Measures his steps. Tracked down from behind. And a foul or no foul?
No foul.
No
Hennessy
foul.
stole the ball and went out of bounds.
Looked like Hertzler was coming back on the backside there too, getting back in that fast break defense. Got a hand on the ball.
Wholesale change now for the Blackbirds. They put in a whole new roster in there.
Yeah.
Cal Tiani's in there.
Nice play there on the out of bounds.
That's Asher Farnsworth with the ball.
Aiden O'Connell got the easy lay in there for the Bulldogs. Underneath now for the Blackbirds, can't finish. That was Spindler. Out on the break. And Lafferty's going to get whacked on the way to the hoop.
Caltiani with his first. Yeah, I think Spindler, I think, was expecting something to happen around him. He didn't realize he had more time to set and shoot.
Sure did.
Kind of put the ball up prematurely.
Went up quickly, just didn't quite have the right angle on that. Inbound play here, Soden dribbles off his foot, and the Bulldogs will turn it over. 36-point lead for the Bulldogs. I believe we're into running time here. Tiani, his pass gets tipped by Soden, goes out of bounds. Not quite running time yet. I believe that might only be in the fourth quarter. Kazajanski looks to steal the inbound pass, couldn't quite come away with it, and it glances off of his shoulder.
I believe you are correct. I think Bill Carter said that's only in the fourth quarter, 35-point lead.
Aiden O'Connell looked to double team there, couldn't quite get the steal, but the Bulldogs come away with the defensive rebound on Spindler's list. Excuse me. Down low to Lafferty, he can't finish. Bulldogs come away with this one though. And Bedoyan's gonna get called for a push-off. That's Nico's first foul tonight. First on the team here in the second half. Blackbirds will inbound. Aiden O'Connell will come out.
Ethan Caldwell's ready to go in for the Bulldogs.
Righty drive here by Keene, can't get it to go. But they do on the rebound.
That was Spindler.
Spindler with two. Soden kicks to Kazajanski for three. Gets it to go. Kazajanski with five now. Nice little dish. And
rattled it in.
He did. A little bit of a laser shot there. Now Soden comes away with another steal. This time his dunk goes down. 28 for Soden. He missed his first dunk, but did not miss that one. Goes up righty and throws it down. 67-28. Coach Boulay takes the timeout for the Blackbirds as the lead is 39.
It's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. You just go to our website, wbnh.bedfordnh.org. You'll find a stream link there. You can also stream us in your car by using your phone. Apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, Radio Garden, they all work. And if you've got an Alexa device at home, just say, Alexa, play Bedford 105.1, and she will play it for you.
Percussion group is coming out strong tonight in the pit, making it a bit loud for our broadcast, but you gotta love the student participation.
Yeah, they're all the way on the other side of our location, but it sounds like they're right next to us.
We do appreciate the pit band coming out. Hope to see them frequently in the future. That was actually Coach Moreno taking the time out there as he wants to get some of his substitutes in the game here, and that we will see. Nico Bedoyan is joined by Ethan Caldwell, Austin Kazajanski, Tom Braga, and Dylan Lafferty. Drive here by Keene, kick back up top. Three-pointer is no good. Braga comes away with the rebound. Dribbles out of pressure. Bedoyan will settle things down now. Caldwell into the lane, lefty, scoops it up, can't get it to go. Lafferty fights for the rebound. We're going to get a jump ball. Ethan Caldwell, nice job driving down the lane. Got a little out of control, and that ball went up hard off the rim and glass. Lafferty, good hustle to try to keep it alive. But it was a held ball. Isaac Nelson now far side. Spins back to his right hand. Kick it out top, Zach Whitney. Now back down in the corner. Double teamed here, and turnover. Kazajanski comes away with a steal. Gets away with one and gets blocked by Zach Whitney. Good speed to push by Isaac Nelson, but Whitney came over and swatted Kazajanski's finger roll out over the end line.
You might notice the number 34 on the floor for Keene, and unfortunately, we don't have his name because he's not on any of the rosters, not on the varsity, not on the JV or the reserve roster.
Perhaps they had the number wrong on the roster here. That might be Asher Farnsworth, but we're not quite sure. I don't see a 35 on the squad here. So Messiah comes down, can't get the lay-in to go. Braga, nice little behind-the-back dribble to get away from pressure on that defensive board. Calmly hands to Bedoyan. And the Bulldogs will get into their half-court set. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 67-28 is your score. Bulldogs up big. Dish down low, Braga looking for Bedoyan. I think Bedoyan expected Braga to just go strong to the hoop there. Turnover Bedford. We're gonna get Daniel Caldwell into the game. He checks in for Lafferty. Daniel Caldwell getting some time here. Messiah now, behind the back dribble, fakes the three, gets in low, kiss off the glass. That's Messiah's first 2 points of the game. Braga now, can't get it to go. Caldwell, that's Daniel Caldwell follows it up. Nice little tap in there. Got the rebound and put it back all in the air at the same time. Three-pointer here, no good. And Ethan Caldwell comes away with that defensive rebound. Bedoyan, double team, spins away from pressure. Cutter from the corner, Caldwell. Daniel Caldwell gets it to go.
Great vision there by Bedoyan.
Sure was.
Seeing the cutter.
4 quick points by Daniel Caldwell. And you're absolutely right, Bedoyan had great vision to see that cutter from that corner position. Nice cut down the lane here and finish. That was Spindler with the deuce. He has 4. Caldwell over the timeline. That's Daniel Caldwell. Kazajanski drives baseline. Ball gets tapped out of bounds. And number 34 back in for Keene. In for Spindler.
We'll just call him Farnsworth. I think you have a point.
Okay.
There is no 35 on the bench that we can see.
Braga kicks to Caldwell. Little jumper just inside the foul line, and Ethan Caldwell's on the scorecard. Farnsworth picked up ahead to Kazajanski. He goes strong, lays it up right. He can't get it to go. Last shot of the third quarter, and that's missed. I believe that was Farnsworth here near side for 3. Can't get it to go, and the Bulldogs have a 41-point lead after 3 quarters. 73-32 is your score. Jack, any comments on the third quarter action?
Yeah, I think we predicted the start of the half pretty well. Both teams kind of starting to incorporate their bench. Bedford continues to grow their lead. Even Bedford's bench, Danny Caldwell coming off the bench, getting 4 easy points. Bedford's bench also playing very well in the defensive end as well. Still holding Keene to not many good looks and dominating the boards.
Absolutely. It's great to see some of those substituting players for the Bulldogs getting on the scorecard. Again, as you mentioned, Daniel Caldwell with 4, Ethan Caldwell with 2. Kazajanski has 5 of his own. Bedoyan hasn't quite made a basket yet, but a couple of nice assists. And this Bulldog squad has pulled ahead by 41.
And on the Keene side, you've got Isaac Nelson with 7 points. Hasn't shown up in the third quarter at all. Maybe we'll see him in the fourth. Fitch Hennessy with a 3-pointer. He's got 5 for the game. Noah Pellerin with 3. Ben Hertzler with 2. Lucas Millay with 8. Evan Spindler with 4. And Javon Messiah with 2. Connor Jackson with 2.
Soden, as we mentioned, was averaging over 30 points over the last 3 games. He has 28 now, but I doubt he sees any action here in the 4th quarter. Little backdoor cut by Braga. Can't get the first 2 attempts to go, and his 3rd offensive rebound gets stripped away. 3-pointer here by Messiah, short. Kazajanski ties it up, can't get it. Farnsworth now. He's going to be called for a travel. And now is where we have that running time. Again, a 41-point lead for the Bulldogs over the Keene Blackbirds. And we do have running time. Landon Elsmore has checked in for the Bulldogs. Caldwell's attempt down low gets swatted away.
Messiah with the big reach in there, knocking it away.
Daniel Caldwell will inbound. Elsmore to Braga. Braga crossover dribble. Great dish across the lane, beautiful vision, and Daniel Caldwell now has 6. Fantastic dish there by Braga as he had a nice crossover dribble. Good vision to dish it across the lane. Zach Whitney with a deuce on the other end here.
That's his first 2 points.
75-34. Bulldogs ahead big. Braga fakes, steps in, little jumper, gets it to go. Braga now with 4. Isaac Nelson gives to Messiah. Cross-court pass nearly picked off there by Caldwell. We're going to get an illegal screen here on Farnsworth. Again, we're assuming that's Asher Farnsworth, number 34. He's listed as 35 on our roster. So we're going to continue with that. Just under 6 minutes to go in the game. The Bulldogs ahead by 43. Elsmore dishes down low. Caldwell can't get it to go. His brother can't get that to go. And away with it is Hennessy. Out on the break. Whitney will pull from 3. Too strong. Tapped away by Elsmore, and the Bulldogs will get the defensive board. The double comes quickly on Elsmore, but he's fouled. That's Isaac Nelson. Yeah, Isaac Nelson picks up his first. Substitutions here for the Blackbirds. Maslowski comes in as well as Spindler. Whitney and Hennessy will go to the bench. Pass picked off here by Messiah. He drives hard righty, spins away from pressure. Little jumper is short. Caldwell comes away with it. Braga pushes deep to the corner. This is the other O'Connell. Logan O'Connell gets one to go. Logan O'Connell just checking in. Younger brother of Brady O'Connell. Cousin of Aiden O'Connell, who we saw a lot of in the first half. Of course, those 2 dunks early by Aiden O'Connell got the student section on their feet.
That was Spindler with the block. Ball out of bounds, stays with Bedford. Ethan Caldwell trying to take that shot.
Ball tapped away here by Nelson, but Nelson is going to get called for the foul.
Picking up 2 quick ones here.
Ethan Caldwell had good position, and Nelson kind of just ran right through him there. So Caldwell will inbound now. Braga came up with a couple of points, but he'll see the bench now. Bedoyan comes back in. Elsmore. Dribble handoff to Caldwell. Across the other side to Bedoyan. He drives hard. Kicks it back up top. Logan O'Connell drives righty. Picks it up. Dish down low to Elsmore, and Elsmore is in the scorebooks again. His second bucket, he has 4. 81-34. That clock continues to tick. We are at about 3 minutes to go here in the game. Running time. Up top to Maslowski. Good help defense there by the Bulldogs, and they get another turnover. Bedoyan push pass. O'Connell high off the glass, and that's good. Logan O'Connell now with 4. Cut the lane on the left side on the break. And was able to finish righty from the left side. We're going to get a timeout. By Coach Boulay, I believe. Got some substitutions in.
Don't forget, we've got hockey action tomorrow, 11 a.m. It's going to be Bedford and Concord. The Crimson Tide coming to Sullivan Arena. We're going to have that game for you on BCTV and Bedford 105.1.
Elsmore taps away the inbound pass. Bulldogs come away with another steal. Bedoyan can't get his jumper to go. Caldwell comes away with it. Gets it up off the glass, but it won't go. Little scrum along the near sideline. Both teams trying to keep it inbounds, but Messiah was stepping on the line before he jumped up and touched it as he went out of bounds. Bedford ball. Bedoyan drives, kicks to Caldwell. Three-pointer, good. Daniel Caldwell again lighting it up here. 9 points for the senior. Great drive here by Isaac Nelson on the other end. He has 9 now. Little righty lay-in off the glass. Bedoyan dribbles out of pressure. Gets stripped there by Nelson. Gets whacked a couple times. Can't quite get things to go. 1:30 to go. Bedoyan got tangled up with Whitney. They sort things out. And the Bulldogs will have possession here as that ball bounced out of bounds off of Keene.
The Bulldogs with their 6th game of 80 points and more. They have 1 game of 90 points at the start of the season against Central. We'll see if they'll try to break that.
We have a 50-point lead here now, is 86-36. Still scrapping for points along the way. Whitney's going to get an easy lay in on the break. He has 4 points tonight. Caldwell went high for the inbound pass. Elsmore dribbles away from pressure. Little floater in the lane, that'll go. That's Elsmore's first bucket. Coach Boulay says, slow it down, boys. We're down 50 and there's only 30 seconds left. Let's run this clock out. Messiah back up top to Whitney. And that'll just about do it here. Again, the Bulldogs holding court here at home. A few highlight reel dunks, 2 by Aiden O'Connell, 1 by Luke Soden. Luke Soden led all scorers here tonight. 28 points on the evening for Soden, the junior guard. Again, having a great stretch of scoring here over the last several games. And that'll do it. Jack, any closing words on your part? Observations here from the 4th quarter?
Yeah, this game was all Bedford. Definitely in the 4th quarter, the bench still showing off. Danny Caldwell had a really big quarter as well. Coming off the good 3rd quarter, he had another big quarter off the bench. And yeah, Bedford just kind of rolled their way through.
Absolutely. Again, scoring high scorers for the Bulldogs. Luke Soden for 28. Aiden O'Connell had 16 tonight. On the other side, leading the way was Lucas Millay with 8, Isaac Nelson with 9, but again, not nearly enough from the Blackbirds. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight. As you heard throughout the broadcast, several additional programs coming up on BCTV and WBNH. Please tune in for boys hockey and basketball, and we'll have some girls games and a bunch of different stuff coming at you. So for the entire crew here tonight, Harry Kozlowski on radio and color, Jack Watson adding some observations, Andrew Fenn on camera as usual. I'm Corey Munster-Tiger. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great night.